Good day. Our headline: Why the United States got involved in the Iran-Israel war and bombed Iran. Why the U.S. bombed Iran. The real reason behind America's entry into the Iran-Israel war. In one of the most dramatic turns in recent Middle Eastern history, the United States has now directly entered the ongoing war between Iran and Israel, not just with words or warnings, but with powerful airstrikes targeting Iranian nuclear sites. The world is asking, why did America join the fight? Why did the US bomb Iran? Here's what really happened, explained in simple terms. A war that wasn't America's, at first. The conflict originally began as a sharp escalation between Israel and Iran. Tensions had been rising for years, with Iran advancing its nuclear program and backing regional militias, while Israel vowed to stop what it saw as an existential threat. In early June 2025, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a massive air campaign against Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. Iran retaliated by launching over 300 missiles at Israeli cities. The two countries were at war. At this point, the U.S. had not yet stepped in militarily. Why the U.S. got involved? There are three key reasons the United States decided to take military action. First key reason: to stop Iran's nuclear threat. Iran's underground nuclear sites at Natanz, Fordo, and Isfahan were believed to be close to producing weapons-grade uranium. U.S. intelligence warned that Iran might rebuild or launch its program even amid the war. By bombing these locations using advanced bunker-buster bombs, the U.S. aimed to delay or disable Iran's ability to build a nuclear bomb, something it has long said it will not allow. "We will not let Iran develop nuclear weapons," a White House official said. That red line still stands. Second key reason: to support Israel, a key ally. The U.S. and Israel have a strong security alliance. After Iran's missile barrage hit civilian areas in Tel Aviv and southern Israel, the U.S. decided it could no longer stay on the sidelines. U.S. officials saw Iran's attacks on Israeli civilians as crossing the line, especially when Iran used long-range ballistic missiles capable of reaching Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Iran's actions threaten not only Israel's security but the region's stability, the U.S. Secretary of Defense said in a press briefing. Third key reason: to prevent a larger regional war. The U.S. feared that if Iran's missile capabilities and military strength were not weakened, the conflict could spread. Iran's allies in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, like Hezbollah and the Houthis, were starting to get involved. By hitting Iran hard and fast, the U.S. hoped to send a message: stop now, or things will get worse. In other words, it was a strategic punch to avoid a wildfire. What exactly did the U.S. bomb? In the early hours of June 22, US B-2 stealth bombers and cruise missiles targeted Fordo nuclear facility deep underground, Natanz nuclear site, Iran's main uranium enrichment plant, Isfahan missile base ballistic missile launch site. Satellite images and local sources confirm major damage to these sites. Dozens of Iranian personnel were reported killed, though official numbers remain unclear. The risks moving forward. While the strikes achieved short-term military goals, they also carry major risks. Iran may now retaliate against U.S. forces in Iraq, Syria, or the Gulf. Oil prices are spiking, especially with Iran closing the Strait of Hormuz. The war may spiral beyond Israel and Iran, dragging the Middle East, and possibly the world, deeper into conflict. Still, the U.S. administration insists that this is not a war declaration, but a limited intervention to stop a greater danger. Final word. The U.S. entered the Iran-Israel war not to start a new conflict, but to stop a nuclear disaster, protect its closest ally, and prevent the region from falling into chaos. The world is now holding its breath, whether that mission succeeds. Thank you for listening. Until our next episode. This is AR-WorldNews.com saying, take care and be safe.